homeless guy I helped escape became the person destroying my life. It sounds crazy, I know, but it started so simply. I was working the late shift at my dead-end diner job. A man, who I now know as Elias, stumbled in every night. He was gaunt, with eyes that had seen too much, and he always paid for a single cup of coffee with a handful of loose change. One night, two brutish men in expensive suits came in. They cornered Elias, hissing about something he owed their boss. It was clear they were going to drag him out back and do something terrible. I don't know what came over me. I just saw a person in trouble. While they were distracted, I motioned for Elias to go to the kitchen, and I led him out the back delivery door into the alley. "Run," I whispered, "and don't look back." He gave me a look I'll never forget. It wasn't just gratitude, it was something deeper, something intense. Then he vanished into the night. For a few weeks, nothing happened. Then my life started to change in small, wonderful ways. My manager, who hated me, was suddenly fired for stealing, and I was given his position. An old credit card debt I'd been drowning in was mysteriously paid off. I thought it was karma, the universe rewarding me for my one good deed. I even met a wonderful woman, Clara, and for the first time in years, I felt like my life was on the right track. I should have known it was too good to be true. The good luck soured. My promotion turned into a nightmare of impossible demands and public humiliations from corporate. The landlord of my apartment for the last 5 years suddenly evicted me, citing phantom noise complaints. Every time I got close to someone, something terrible would happen to them. A new friend's car was sideswiped in a hit and run. Clara's small bakery was suddenly buried in a mountain of phony health code violations that threatened to shut her down for good. It felt like a dark cloud was following me, poisoning everything I touched. I was losing my mind, trying to figure out who I had angered so badly. I thought back to that night at the diner. Maybe it was the boss of those men, getting revenge on me for helping Elias escape. My search for answers led me to a high-end gala I had no business being at. I snuck in, looking for the face of a man I only knew from a newspaper clipping, a real estate mogul with a reputation for being ruthless. And that's when I saw him. Elias. He wasn't the gaunt, terrified man from the diner. He was standing at the center of the room, wearing a tuxedo that cost more than my car, laughing with the city's elite. And standing right next to him, with a deferential hand on his shoulder, was the very mogul I thought was my enemy. Elias' eyes scanned the crowd and then they locked onto mine. A slow, cold smile spread across his face. He wasn't homeless. He was a ghost, a rival heir playing a long game, and I had been the pawn who helped him checkmate his enemy. He walked over to me, his smile never wavering. "Alex," he said, his voice smooth and deep, nothing like the broken whisper I remembered. "I've been waiting for you to figure it out." My whole body went cold. "Why?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "You were a loose end," he said simply. "My father taught me to be thorough. First, I reward my tools. The promotion, the debt, a little thank you for your service. But tools must be put away when the job is done." He took a sip of champagne. "I needed you to be so consumed by your own misery that you would never think to look for me. I needed to isolate you, to break you, to make sure that night in the diner was a story no one would ever believe." He leaned in closer, his breath cold. "Clara's bakery, the violations will disappear the moment you do. Leave the city, start over. Or the next thing I take from you won't be a job or an apartment." I looked at this man I had saved, this monster I had unleashed. My act of kindness wasn't a good deed. It was the trigger for the complete destruction of my world. I had to walk away, to disappear, to protect the last person I had left to love. Sometimes the person you save is the one who damns you.